Yo, RX back with another breakdown of UFC 307 Pereira versus Roundtree. We back with another breakdown of a card that is, of a pay-per-view I should say, that is, you know, for as much as a lot of people are shitting on this card, I like it. I think it's a fun card. Are there bad fights on it? Clearly. But do I think it's a fun pay-per-view? Yes, I think it's a lot, I was gonna say funner, which ain't a fucking word. I think it's a lot more, I think I got a little more excitement out of it than a lot of pay-per-views lately. So, it's a fun card. I don't mind it. And it's in Salt Lake, the yearly fucking travel to Salt Lake, which means someone's getting fucking head kicked. Should be a fun night. Should be a fucking fun night in Salt Lake City. The altitude will fucking change the outcome of a lot of fights. Expect that to be a big factor in a lot of my picks, fighter-wise and finish-wise. Or lack thereof finish, trust me. But, yeah, I think I enjoy the card. I think it's a fun card on paper, and I'm very excited for it. For as pointless as the main event is, for as shit as the co-main is, there are still fun fights on the card, and I'm excited. So, hopefully the card does not disappoint. I'm not expecting fucking card of the year, but I'm expecting, for a card 2024, probably one of the better cards of the year. So, let's see if we get that, man. I'm excited. Salt Lake usually gets good cards. Let's see if this one follows suit. So, I can't really think much else to say. Like I said, I'm excited, happy to be back, doing a pay-per-view since the last one we don't talk about, and, yeah, ready to break down some fights? I am. Before we do, please like, comment, subscribe, 100 subs goal by the end of 2024, and now, are you ready? Sorry to ask it twice, I won't ask again, let's just get into some fucking fight breakdowns. Let's go. 12 fights in total, which means it shouldn't be a long breakdown, especially with some of the fights. I'm not going to talk about in depth, both of them, to be honest. But it's still a good amount of fights, and on a good card, so let's see what happens. And let's get into it as we begin on with the early prelims and the welterweight division, a battle of veterans, which you always love to see, as we begin our night in Salt Lake City with Tim the Dirty Bird Means versus Court the Crusher McGee. Fun fight. Very fun fight between two veterans. Great way to begin the night. I love this booking. Let's see what's gonna happen in this fight. Let's start the whole breakdown with our first fighter, the fighter of the night, Tim Means. Means in UFC is 15-13-1. I really don't need to go really in depth on him because I've broken down a bunch of his fights. You've fucking seen him fight before at this point because he's fought for fucking, how long has he been in the UFC? 12 years. And he's racked up 15 wins and only 13 losses. So, and he's fighting a lot lately. 2 fights last year, his second fight this year. Like, he's good. He's a good active fighter. He is old, but he is 40, so he is gonna be 41 in a couple months in February. But he can still fight. Like, I get a lot of L's lately, but look who he's been fighting. Kevin Holland, who we'll talk about later. Max Griffin, very good fighter. Alex Morono, very good fighter. And then Euros Medic, only a couple months ago, very good fighter. When he got to fight a Can and Andre Fiallo, he looked great. So, and then before that, he was on a nice 3-fight winning streak, and then so on and so forth. So, like, yeah, of course you're gonna lose more as you get older, especially when you fight high-level competition like Holland, Griffin, and Euros. But what do you expect to happen with, like, you're not Glover Teixeira. You're not gonna just beat these dudes you shouldn't beat at 41, or at 40, I should say. So, and again, when he fought lesser competition, he won. So he can still go. He wasn't even looking that terrible in that Euros match fight until he got fucking uppercutted, and I don't like him being back so quickly after that. I know it's been like 5 months, but at 40 years old, you probably should heal a little longer after that. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm intrigued in this fight, and I'm intrigued to see how Tim looks here in high altitude. His cardio is okay. Like, he will fade, but he's not gonna like gas out in like fucking 10 minutes. So I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see how he looks here against someone who is fucking from Utah. That's definitely gonna play an interesting factor. But yeah, let's see how Tim looks here. Hopefully he can maybe get back on track. Like, he is 1-1 in his last 2, but 1 in 4 in his last fucking 5. So let's see if he can get back on track here. At 40 years old, he can still go, but not at the highest of levels. To talk about his opponent, McGee. Court in the UFC is 10-12. He is also really old at 39. I'm shocked he's the younger guy in this fight. And kind of the same story that I said with fucking Tim is the same thing to say of Court. He's pretty old. He's losing a lot lately, but he has been fighting good competition like Matt Brown, Jeremiah Wells, and Alex Morono. And when he has fought lesser competition, he has won, like Ramiz Brahimaj and Claudio Silva. Court, though, definitely a lot more washed than Tim. I definitely think Tim's on the lesser side of the wash spectrum, as Court is definitely pretty washed. Even though in his last fight he looked pretty decent. He won a round off Alex Morono, but was doing decent work. And that was only a couple months ago, so we'll see how he looks here. The cool thing about this fight is Court is from Utah, and so he is the only hometown fighter on the card, only Utah fighter I can even fucking think of. So that's cool for him, man. Hopefully he does retire after this fight, win or lose, because probably, like, he is almost 40 and he is taking a lot of damage at this point for no reason. And so I don't know, hopefully he does retire. And I guess what a way to go out in a fight at home. And I think he's definitely had the advantage with where the fight is at, because he lives in Utah, so he's used to altitude. So I think that's a big advantage that people are not probably talking about much. So we'll see if that really comes into play, because and that altitude, like Court's gas tank ain't horrible. Now put him in his altitude. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. And Court as a fighter is pretty simple. He's not really a striker. He can strike, but not his strong suit. He wants to wrestle you, and if he can wrestle you, he's gonna wrestle you. So we'll see if he can get to the ground here at home. Not much to say about Court. He's a veteran just like Tim. Let's see which veteran gets a much needed win. The betting odds for this fight have Tim Means minus 230 to plus 190. Yeah, kind of hard to disagree. I don't know if I've had minus 230, minus 200, maybe 210 at the most. I get it. I think Tim's definitely the lesser washed fighter, but you gotta play into factor it's in Salt Lake City. Court McGee's from Utah. Court McGee knows the altitude better. He's a wrestler, which means he's been trying to tire out Tim, and he probably has a better gas tank than Tim in that altitude. And I think he's hungrier for a win, like at home. Yeah, like he hasn't won in a while. His last one was, I think, 2 years ago, as Tim won earlier, about a year ago. It's going to be an interesting fight. Most likely Tim wins. If you honestly ask me what I think's going to happen, I think Tim's going to beat him in a striking match for 15 minutes. But something's telling me Court's going to win this fight. At home, he has part of the cardio advantage. He's a wrestler. Tim, I think, is a great wrestler. Like, he can go to the ground, but I don't think he's a strong suit. 5 submission wins. Yeah, 2 of them in the UFC. Hasn't had many lately. I guess the last submission win was 2019. I'm intrigued. I don't know. And Court could win on defeat. It's not likely, but he could win on defeat. So I'm fucking intrigued. I think this is a very good fight to begin the night, and let's see what happens, man. Who am I gonna go with? I'm gonna lean with fucking Court McGee. I think he's going to get the win at home and retire. He knows this altitude. He knows what it feels like to fucking fight here. I'm gonna give him the fucking advantage, and I'm giving him my pick. So I'm gonna go Court McGee by decision. Is this pick gonna age badly? Probably, but fuck it. Let's go with the hometown guy. Only hometown guy to begin the night. Let's see him fucking win at home and retire. So give me Court McGee by decision. After that, we have to our second fight of the night. A fight that was meant to happen a couple weeks ago, but now got switched over to this card. Sadly, because this fight's fucking terrible. As in our second fight of the night in the light heavyweight division, we have Ovince Preux versus Ryan Superman Spann. Ugh. What a bad fight. This fight was meant to happen a couple weeks ago, I believe, on the Cannoneer card. Let me fact check that. I don't know, on the Burns Brady card, which that's only what, fucking about a month ago. But OSP got sick, so I got pushed here. Yeah, not a good fight. Got OSP, who's older than dirt. Ryan Spann, who's just trash. I'm not excited. I think this fight's gonna be fucking dreadful, but I guess we gotta wait and see what happens, so guess let's get into it. As we begin with another veteran, Ovince Preux. OSP in the UFC is 15-12. He should have probably been he should have retired a while ago. Or been cut, because he is so bad now and so washed. Like, I get he has won 2 of his last 3 fights on paper, but realistically he lost this fight. It was a complete robbery. He got flatlined by Felipe Lins of all people, and he did beat Kennedy Nzechukwu, but that's also because Kennedy Nzechukwu is a fucking moron. So, and if you see a big problem here, the dude can't fucking stay in a fight. Like, half them might not be his fault, but still, why does every fight you have fucking get canceled? So, and the last 2 were your fault, so I don't know, like, OSP in his prime was a decent fighter. We all know he fought John Jones. We all know how that fucking went. He's fought the who's who. Fucking Nikita Krylov, Shogun twice, Bader, fucking yada yada yada. It's just now in 2024 at, I believe, 42 years old? 41 years old. He can't fucking move, it seems like. He has no pop in his shots. His fucking gas tank sucks. His chin's dusty. He should not be fighting anymore. And if at least in the UFC, in PFL, that's fucking perfect for him. The old man league. Like, they'll take any old can from the UFC, because that's all they can get. But he should not be fighting in the UFC anymore. And like, again, he should have retired a long time ago. So who knows? He can't move. His chin's dust, and he should retire. Great. Why? And he's in Salt Lake City, where they're gonna gas even quicker than they would have in the Apex. Fuck yeah. Kill me. Kill this fucking card at times. Like, I think the card's the perfect split of good and bad, so, and this is definitely bad. To talk about his opponent, Ryan Spann. Speaking of bad, Ryan Spann. Spann in the UFC is 7-5. His 7 wins are, coming off Contender Series, Luis, that guy somehow always keeps showing up in these fucking breakdowns. Little Nog, Devin Clark, Sam Alvey, Misha Serkinov, Ian Kutilaba, Dominic Reyes. His 5 losses are Johnny Walker, Anthony Smith, Nikita Krylov, Anthony Smith, and Bogdan Gushkov. What do I say about Ryan Spann? He's fucking awful. He's a 3-minute fighter. He's a bona fide heavyweight, because all a Ryan Spann performance is either he's gonna land a knockout punch, or you're gonna beat him. Like, you notice how his last 3 wins came by knockout in the first, because he can't fight past the fucking first round. when he does, he loses. So, like, Ryan Spann, like, what's the outside of power? I don't know what the fuck his strengths are. No cardio, no heart at all. He'll just openly quit in a fight. No ground game, really. No fight IQ, as we've seen the Johnny Walker fight. He's fucking awful. He's a terrible fighter. He's a fucking PFL fighter as well. Like, he's not good. How he's ranked for so long, I don't know. Like, and if you ever look at his wins, who the fuck has he beat? He beat fucking Dominic Reyes. Wow. And he missed weight for it. Outside of that, every time he fought someone good, loss. He's not even good. Loss. He's not even good. Yeah, he's kind of okay. Like, I don't know what to say about Ryan Spann. He's fucking dreadful. And I wouldn't be shocked if he choked an easy win here. It's Ryan Spann. He's fucking dreadful. So, I don't know. I really don't know. This is a fucking can bowl. Like, this is a loser better get cut fight, if anything. I say the winner should get cut as well, but that's just my take on the matter. So, it's a terrible fight, and I'm so not looking forward to this, because I was not looking forward to the fight in the Apex. Now I have to fucking be hyped for it in high altitude? No. Nah, I'm good. Fuck this fight. Whatever. The betting outros, I have Ryan Spann minus 340 to plus 265. Now, how about no? I think Spann should be the favorite. I guess that does make more sense, but like minus 140, 150. You really want to put your faith in Ryan Spann at minus 340? Nah. Fuck that. I'm not. How big of a favorite was he against Bogdan Gushkov? Do we want to talk about that? Do we? Well, he only was. How the fuck was he a Spann? Okay. He was a bigger favorite against a decent fighter than he was a fight later on a 3-fight skid. Sure. I don't know. This fight's fucking terrible. Again, Spann should only be like minus 140. So I guess I gotta stop rambling about just find out you pick someone. Do I have to? Excuse me. I don't know. Something's telling me OSP is gonna win this fight. I think he can survive the first 3 minutes, if that, and probably shoot some takedowns and get a win here. Like, Spann's going to gas out very quickly. If not, he's just gonna fucking quit. I'm gonna go OSP. I think he can get the upset here in high altitude. Give me OSP, man. I think he can get another upset here. He's the smarter fighter. He's the fucking more experienced fighter. Give me the guy who I trust more in high altitude. Give me a better way to put it. Give me the guy I trust more when gassed. Give me Ovince St. Preux by decision. Do I feel confident in that? Fuck no. But do I feel more confident in that than I do picking Ryan Spann? Almost. So, give me Ovince St. Preux by decision. Another pick that can really burn me. But I'm going to pick the smarter, more trustworthy fighter. The OSP by decision. And after that, we go to our featured early prelim in the women's strawweight division. A fight that's not amazing, but it's a fight. At least, if they're... I don't know what to really say. This fight's not very good. As in our featured early prelim, we have Carla, Esparza, and you're not even worth saying your nickname, versus Tecia, the Tiny Tornado, Pennington. Not the last time you're gonna hear the name Pennington tonight. Shocker. This fight ain't great. At least it's Carla's retirement fight, so we never have to see her bum ass again. Outside of that, I'm struggling to find any positives. Hopefully I can find some when they actually fight, because right now, I don't see many. Well, I don't got much more to say. Let's get into the fighters. No, I'm not going to say anything about Carla Esparza. She's a pathetic joke of a fighter. Good riddance. Talk about Tecia Pennington. She looked good in her return fight. Like, she's 9-7 in the UFC. We all know her first UFC run. She had some wins. had one of the most fucking murderers row losing streaks I've ever seen. That's just not fair. She went on a 3-fight winning streak, probably beat Mackenzie Dern, and then she got pregnant, came back, and in my opinion, she beat Tabitha Ricci. Like, she looked really good in that fight. Like, she barely looked rusty. Her striking looked good. Her cardio looked good. Her ground game looked good. She looked like the better fighter, and she should have won that fight, in my opinion. I think that was a bad robbery. Couple months later, she's back. If the rust wasn't off before, it 100% is now. And now she's fighting, I think, a fucking worst Tabitha Ricci. This looks like a good fight for Tecia almost. Like, with fucking Carla Esparza, the only thing you gotta worry about is getting taken down, and against Tabitha Ricci, she was able to stop like half, if not more than half, her takedowns. So, and now you're fighting a Carla Esparza in high altitude, coming off a 2-year layoff because she gave fucking birth. A lot of signs pointing to Tecia winning this. Only 35 years old, again, looked really good in her return. Let's see what happens here. I'm intrigued to see what happens. Hopefully Tecia can get that win she's been robbed of twice in a fucking row now. The betting odds have Tecia Pennington minus 180 to plus 150. I'd probably move that down a little bit. I'd probably have Tecia minus 130, 140. Like, I get it. I do get it, but I definitely could see a world where Esparza just cuddles her for fucking 15 minutes. I wouldn't be shocked by that outcome. But again, I think you really gotta look at the Tabitha Ricci fight. I think a lot of people are just looking at the name Carla Esparza. Oh, former champion, quotation marks. Oh, she fucking... But you're not looking into the details. Two-year layoff, gave birth in her retirement fight, 36 years old, in altitude, against someone who's not in their return fight, not about to retire, fighting on the same card as her wife, so she has fucking motivation. Looked really good in her return fight that she probably got robbed in, could easily be on a 5-fight winning streak if judges didn't screw her over for Brazilians. I get the Carla picks, and I don't at the same time, so I'm gonna go Tecia Pennington. I'm going to no matter what, because fuck Carla Esparza, but I'm definitely going Tecia Pennington. A lot of signs do point to her winning, and if I'm being honest, before I did this breakdown, I was like, yeah, Carla will probably hug her, but when I really fucking looked into it, Tecia should kind of win this fight almost. Like, again, if you look at the Ricci, if you're just basing it off the Ricci fight, she should do the exact same thing. And Carla has even less striking than Ricci to worry about, so I wouldn't be shocked if for 15 minutes Pennington is just moving around the cage, bopping Esparza and winning a decision, stuffing takedowns. That's what she pretty much did to fucking Ricci, so I'm intrigued. I think Pennington should probably win this fight. She's the better fighter, no doubt, because she's actually a fighter. Give me Tecia Pennington by decision. I think she'll be able to stuff takedowns and just beat up Esparza on the feet, so give me Tecia Pennington by decision. Should be a good way to start the night for the Penningtons. Let's see if Rocky continues it later. But yeah, give me Tecia Pennington by decision. So those are the early prelims. Pretty much just a bunch of old fighters, which is cool. Even though in high altitude, that's kind of not cool. But I like the court fight. The OSP fight's dreadful, and the Esparza fight could be really fun if she does get beat up. So that it could be a fun early prelims. But that's the early prelims done. Now let's get into the real prelims. 4 more fights. 2 good, 2 bad. Let's get into them as we begin in the lightweight division with the only fight that got changed on short notice, which is a good thing because we don't like fights getting cancelled. As in our first fight of the actual prelims, we had to lightweight for a fight between Alexander the Great Ape Hernandez versus Austin Thud Hubbard. Not the shittiest fight I've ever seen, but it is can versus can. But at least it's 2 cans I'll probably fight at least, so yeah, could be worst. This fight was meant to be Austin Hubbard versus Nate Landwehr, but that got scrapped before it even really got booked. And now Hernandez stepped in on, I think, about a couple weeks' notice. So, interesting. Let's see what happens in this can versus can affair. So, let's begin with the guy who stepped in on short notice, Alexander Hernandez. Hernandez in the UFC is 6-7. Ooh. His 6 wins are Benir Dariush, Oliver Urban Mercer, Francisco Trinaldo, Chris Gritzmacher, Mike Breeden, and Jim Miller. His 7 losses are Cowboy Cerrone, Drew Dober, Thiago Moises, Renato Moicano, Billy Q, Bill Algeo, and Damon Jackson. Yeah, Hernandez is terrible. It's pretty much that simple. Like, we all know the UFC career started off hot, beating Benil and fucking Urban, and then Cowboy ruined it. Ever since that Cowboy fight, he's never been able to find that fire again. Like, he's won a few and lost more. So, he tried to move down to 145, he went 0-3, and now he's back up to lightweight on short notice, fighting for his job. He's not a good fighter, that's the thing. And now he's 32 years old. Like, what does Hernandez really bring to the table? Power? About it. Because, let's see, cardio, awful. Ground game, awful. Durability, awful. Heart, not great. Like, he's not very good. And, like, the only positive I can find about this fight, he's back at lightweight. Because that 145 move was fucking stupid. So, like, I don't know. We all know Hernandez is trash. He's getting lucky here that he's fighting another fighter that's not amazing at short notice, but unless this was in the Apex, with this being in Salt Lake City, this is kind of a fucking double negative for Hernandez. He's on short notice and fighting at high altitude. This dude's fucked. Like, good luck. You need to win this fight if you don't want to get cut, but again, good luck, my guy. You're gonna fucking need it. So, not very much I can say about Hernandez outside of that power. What does he bring to the table? I don't know. I'll maybe show something here, but on short notice and high altitude, I fucking doubt it. To talk about his opponent, Austin Hubbard. Austin in the UFC is 4-5, and ever since coming back to the UFC, he is 1-0, not counting the tough fights. We all know his first UFC run, he won a few, he lost a few, got cut. He did go 3-4? Not awful. Was it 4? Yeah. So he went 3-4, no good wins, no awful losses. Got cut, won 2 in a row, got back on tough, or got put on tough, went to the finals, lost to Kurt Holobaugh, and then in his last fight he fought Michael Figlak. Got the decision, even though it's probably a robbery, and now he's fighting Alexander Hernandez on short notice. When he was meant to be fighting Nate Landwehr for some fucking reason. Yeah, Hubbard's a terrible fighter. I've never been high on Hubbard. I think he's a joke of a fighter, but in this fight, this might be the first fight I've seen him in for a long time that he's probably the better fighter. So, like, he trains in Denver. He's gonna walk Hernandez down like us during Billy Q did. He has a better ground game than Hernandez. He has better cardio than Hernandez. The only thing Hernandez probably has over him is power, and out after the 4-minute mark, that's not gonna be a problem. So, I don't know. Like, Hubbard should be the better fighter here. Even though he did lose to a shitty Kurt Holobaugh. He did beat Figlak, even though he did not look good in that fight. And again, he probably got a lucky decision there. So, I don't know. It's Austin Hubbard. He's not good, but he's just not good. But he's more well-rounded than Hernandez, which is a big plus. So, let's see if he can prove that statement to be accurate. The betting odds for his fight are not shown here, but I believe Alexander Hernandez is like minus 160 from what I remember. I don't know how. I think Austin Hubbard should be like minus 150, 160, 170. Like, if you really look at these fighters, how are you leaning Hernandez? outside the power, how do you lean Hernandez? Cardio, Hubbard. Ground game, Hubbard. Striking, Hubbard. Not stepping on short notice. Fucking trained in Denver, which is another high altitude place compared to Texas. I think a lot of signs are pointing to Austin Hubbard. So, I think Hubbard's one of the 2 best underdogs on the card, and he's not number 1, he's definitely number 2. And it's just kind of hard not to pick him here. Like, unless you think he's gonna knock down round 1, or Alexander Hernandez magically turn into goddamn Khabib with fucking Merab's cardio, I'm going Austin Hubbard. Like, I think they both suck. Trust me. I don't want to pick either of these guys. I'm happy to pick against both of them. But when they're fighting each other, I'm leaning Austin Hubbard. So, especially in high altitude. If this is in the Apex or something, Hernandez would have a better chance. But in Salt Lake, I'm going Austin Hubbard by decision. I think he's the better fighter. He's a more well-rounded fighter. I think he's going to beat Hernandez. Maybe he finishes him, but it's Austin Hubbard. He's not really known for getting fucking finishes. So, yeah. Well, we said that last week, and Ferociam knocked a motherfucker out. So, maybe we should not use that statement. Well, either way, I'm going Austin Hubbard by decision. The better fighter should win, and that's Austin Hubbard in my opinion. After that, we have to our second fight of the actual prelims in the middleweight division. Speaking of can versus can, oh Christ. Our second fight of the prelims in the middleweight division, another really bad fight, and somehow even worse in Salt Lake City, as we have, sadly, Ihor Duelist Potieria versus César Cezinha Almeida. Fucking shoot me. This fight is fucking ass to the nth degree. Oh god damn it. And it's in high altitude and these guys have no cardio. Son of bitch, man. I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited. Can we get to real fights on this card, please? This shit's fucking dreadful. Let's just get into this real quick. I'm not gonna waste your time. Ihor Potieria's a bitch who's fucking garbage. 2-4 in UFC. He's a bitch who's fucking garbage. César Almeida, Alex Pereira's boy. He's fucking awful. He got completely fraud checked by Roman Kopylov. His ground game, or lack thereof, got brutally exposed. And now that's definitely going to be a weakness against a guy like Ihor, who, if he has any fucking brain cells, he's going to try and exploit that. Yeah, Cesar's not good. He's 38 years old, I believe, 37, 36 years old. He has no fucking ground game. I believe his cardio's pretty soft as well. Yeah, he's a good kickboxer, but in an MMA fight, in high altitude, he's not very good. Like, this is a ginormous step down from Roman Kopylov. I think that booking was fucking stupid to begin with. And, we'll see how he does here, how he bounces back. That fight, that Kopylov fight was only like 3 months ago. So he couldn't have gotten much better since. Like, I know he is training with Alex Pereira. I don't know if he has been even before the Kopylov fight, but I know he is now. Probably the main reason he's even on this card. But he's not good. You beat Dylan Budka, who's fucking garbage. You won on Contender Series in okay fashion, but outside of that, you lost. And I get Kopylov's really good. I'll give him I'm not saying Kopylov's a bad fighter to lose to. Roman Kopylov's very good, but he looked dreadful in that fight. He looked like the second any fucking grappling got involved, he looked like he was a fish out of water. So you could have convinced me he never you grabbed a guy from the crowd and made him fucking grapple. So would have probably done just as good. But, yeah, like, in kickboxing, if Ihor tries to strike with César, then Cesar's gonna win easily. But if Ihor uses any grappling, Then we got an interesting fight. The bad thing, again, this is in high altitude, and both of these guys have no cardio. This is going to be fucking terrible. The betting odds for this fight have César Almeida minus 400 plus 310. I think you people are fucking insane. I think Almeida should be minus 180 at most. Like, how the fuck do you put this guy at minus 400 after his last fight? I want to see how many submissions does Ihor have? Interesting. You guys could, I could see a lot of people looking really stupid here for fucking, like, having César as such a big favorite. He shouldn't be that big of a favorite. Is he the better fighter? Probably. But should he be minus 400 against someone who actually can shoot a takedown? No. In high altitude? Fuck no. So, like, my pick is gonna be César Almeida. I'll never pick Ihor or Potieria. But fuck, man, this fight's bad. If you honestly ask me what I think this fight's gonna be, I think the first 2-3 minutes could be good. After that, I think it's going to be dreadful. I think there's going to be two really tired, bad fighters slowly fighting for 10 minutes plus. Like, this is going to be so bad, and I'm not looking forward to it. The only way this fight's not terrible is if César gets a quick finish, and do I think he's going to do that? Probably not. Yeah, Ihor's chin is made out of fucking glass, but César ain't good, so maybe he gets a finish. It's a good possibility, but I don't see it. I see a dreadful, slow, boring César Almeida decision. So that's what I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna go César Almeida by decision. I think people are gonna be disappointed in this fight because either Ihor is gonna win or César's gonna win a dreadful decision. So I'm gonna go with decision. So give me César Almeida by decision. Don't be shocked if Ihor wins though. Don't be shocked. I think it's a high possibility. So I think this fight's a lot closer to a 50-50 than it is a 90-10. So yeah, give me César Almeida by decision. Maybe gets finished. Maybe. And it's a strong maybe. So I don't know. César Almeida by decision. After that, we get back to good fight. Actually, we get our first good fight of the night. But I like Tim Means and Court McGee, but this fight's actually two good fighters. So it's a very welcomed good fight. As in our co-main of the prelims, we head back to the women's strawweight division for a way better fight than the first one. And we have Marina Rodriguez versus Iasmin Lucindo. What a great fight. We got fucking a very good striker versus a very well-rounded fighter. This could be a banger. This is a banger. And if this is a striking match, this is going to be a super banger. So I'm super hyped for this fight. I know a lot of people will just look at a lot of casuals. We're gonna look at this fight and think it's trash. This fight's great. This out of the 4 women's fights on the card, this is the best one by a landslide. Which I know it's not saying much when it's Carla, Esparza, Julianna, Peña, and Kayla Harrison you're fighting, but still. I can't wait for this fight. I think this fight's really good, and the first, like, actually good fight on the prelims. So, let's see what happens. I'm excited. Let's get into it. We will begin with the veteran of this fight, and I guess, like, the old guard defending their ranking, as we have Marina Rodriguez. Marina in the UFC is 7-4-2. 2 draws is fucking weird. Her 7 wins are Kona Contender Series, Jessica Aguilar, Tecia Pennington, Amanda Hebos, Michelle Watterson, Mackenzie Dern, Yan Xiaonan, and Michelle Watterson. Her losses are Carla Esparza, you know, that was a robbery, Amanda Lemos, Vivi Jandiroba, and Jessica Andrade. And her 2 draws are with Randa Marcos and Cynthia Calvillo. How the fuck do you have 2 draws with those 2 cans, no less? weird. But, yeah, Marina's a weird case. Marina's very good. Very fucking good. When it's a striking match. On the ground, she's pretty much a fish out of water. She can't fucking grapple. We've seen that multiple times now. Jandiroba held her down for 15 minutes pretty easily. Jessica Andrade, when she got her to the ground, which was not difficult, held her down pretty easily. Like, she's not good on the ground. If she's fighting someone who takes her down, she's losing. I can't remember, outside of Mackenzie Dern, who's trash, she's never beat a grappler like that. So, I like Marina. I'm a big fan of Marina. I thought she was gonna be champion almost, but her lack of a ground game has fucked her so many times. And then the one time she fought a fucking striker and was one fight away from a title shot, she got knocked out. So, like, she's just been unlucky. And now at 37 years old, she's now fucking defending her ranking against a super good up-and-comer. Good luck. I like Marina. I really think she had potential, but at this point, it seems like she's really going to start slipping down the rankings, and I think that probably starts here. Like, her last few losses are all really understandable. Great. Lemos caught her good. Jandiroba's almost a title, almost fighting for a belt. Andrade is Andrade. But now you're fighting Iasmin, who is very good, but kind of seems like a step backwards. She really needs a win here, and I just don't really see her getting it. So it sucks what happened in her career. She should have got a title shot after the Xiaonan fight. Kind of got screwed. It went to then she had to fight Lemos, who beat her. She's just been unlucky, and now she has to fight a really good Iasmin Lucindo in a high altitude where her cardio sucks. Good luck, Marina. Good luck. To talk about her opponent, Iasmin Lucindo. Iasmin in the UFC is 3-1. Her 3 wins are Brogan Walker, Polyana Viana, and Karolina Kowalkiewicz. And her 1 loss is to Yasmin Hauagui. We all know her debuted against Yasmin on the main card of a fight night, one of the best fights of the year, yada yada yada. And ever since, if we try and compare those two's careers, Yasmin's doing a lot better than Yasmin. Dominated Brogan Walker, ran through Polyana Viana, ran through Karolina Kowalkiewicz, and is now getting her first real test in UFC, and Marina Rodriguez. Yasmin's a problem. She's 22 years old. She's really fucking good everywhere. Her striking's good, her cardio's good, her grappling's good. She's a really good fighter, and she's going to be a problem for everyone she fights because she's well-rounded and fucking good. So, and against someone like Marina Rodriguez, who's not well-rounded, it's going to be a very tough fight for her. So, it's good to see Iasmin getting a real test here, and I think she's gonna do good, man. I think she's gonna do good, and I can't believe she's already gonna probably join the top. I think like 7 so quickly. So I like it. I like this fight, even if maybe it's a little like they are pushing her quickly. But like I don't know if these 3 wins should get you Marina Rodriguez, but I guess that's a story for a different time. At 22 years old, as good as Iasmin is, let's see if she can show up and show out here in the biggest fight of her career. I'm excited. The betting odds have Iasmin Lucindo -175 to +145. I agree. I think you'd have Iasmin around -190, 95 even. Not 200. I think that's a little disrespectful, but -190, that sounds good. She's the better fighter. Like, if you think they're just gonna have a pure striking match, you can pick Marina Rodriguez. I still think it might not be the good pick, but you can pick her. In an MMA fight where Iasmin's going to take her down, you can't pick Marina here. Like, I've picked Marina in all of her fights outside the Dern fight. She's not winning this fight. oh my bad, I picked T-Boss as well, but that's before I became a fan of her. You just can't pick her, man. I don't know, I can't find any confidence in her to even convince myself she's gonna win. I could have convinced myself a little bit against Jandy Roba. And even fucking Andrade. At this point, no. Iasmin's going to beat Marina Rodriguez. Probably pretty easily. Like, even if she does have a little bit of issues on her feet, she's just gonna take her down. We know Marina can't stop a takedown, and especially if the fight goes longer, Iasmin has better cardio. So it's just going to be an Iasmin Lucindo show. Outside of round 1, if they have a striking match, Marina's not gonna do good. And I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see Marina Rodriguez win here. But I don't see it. I truly don't see it. I think Iasmin Lucindo's the better fighter, the way more well-rounded fighter, and I think she's going to beat Marina Rodriguez. So my pick here is Iasmin Lucindo, and I think I'm gonna go by decision. Has she ever been submitted? Never been submitted. I don't think that's gonna start now. Like how many submissions does Iasmin have? 3, and I think one of them's in the UFC. I don't think she's gonna submit Marina. I think she's going to beat her in both facets of MMA, striking and grappling, en route to probably a 30-27 win. So give me Iasmin Lucindo by decision. If Iasmin's dumb enough to just have a striking match, then fair play, but I don't think she's gonna do that. So Iasmin Lucindo by decision. And now for our featured prelim. How the fuck is this a prelim? I don't know. But still, in our featured prelim in the welterweight division, we have a banger to end the prelims. Again, how is this not on pay-per-view? A pretty big fight in the welterweight division, as we have Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Joaquin Numansa Buckley. Great fight. Like, again, how is this not on pay-per-view? You're telling me Dolidze is on pay-per-view, but Wonderboy ain't. Get fucking real. But besides the point. Great fucking fight. Great way to end the prelims. One of the best prelim fights of the year. Biggest prelim fights of the year. Not counting UFC 300. This is gonna be a great fight, and I'm intrigued. It's gonna be good, man. Let's see what happens. Now let's get into it with, first, Stephen Thompson. Again, and also, you're putting a legend on the fucking... Okay, how the fuck is he on prelims? Wonderboy in the UFC is 12-7-1. I'm not gonna go down Wonderboy's career. You know Wonderboy. The bad thing about Wonderboy is he is really old now. And he's not that washed. Like, is he washed? Yes. But is he super washed? No. He could still go. And if you just have a fucking striking match with him, he's probably gonna beat you. As Kevin Holland. But the more time passes and the more wrestlers he fights, the more he just clearly can't grapple. Like, in a striking match, he can beat anyone. Right now, he can still strike with the best of them. But again, in an MMA fight where he's going to get taken down, because that's been proven to be his weakness 100 times, he just kind of can't, especially in welterweight, which is a grapple-heavy division. I just don't think there's gonna go. Wonderboy just really can't hang in with the top of the guys anymore, with his fucking grappling being so weak. So, like, his cardio's good, his striking's good, his chin's good. He's only been knocked out 1 time. His submission defense is good. He's only been submitted once, and that was his last fight. But, like, do you really think Wonderboy can hang with fucking even a new guard of fighters? Do you think he can beat JDM? Maybe. Do you think he can beat Buckley? Maybe. Do you think he beats Michael Morales, Brian Battle, a couple other guys? If they keep it striking, yes, but then that's a caveat. If they keep it striking, so I love Wonderboy. We all do. One of the nicest dudes on fucking earth. And at 41 years old, he can still fight, but he can't grapple, and I think that's going to be exposed again here. But you never know. Maybe Buckley is a fucking moron and tries to strike with Wonder Boy, which will end up in him getting 30-27. So let's see what happened. To talk about the opponent, Joaquin Buckley. Buckley in the UFC is 9-4, but since moving down to welterweight, he is 4-0. No need to talk about his middleweight run, because at welterweight, he's just been a monster. 4-0 over the last year and a half. Excuse me. Beating Andre Fialho, Alex Morono, Vicente Luque, and Sultan Ruziboyev. He's for some reason, he moves down, he just became a great fighter. Like, beating Luque and Ruziboyev back-to-back in the span of, 2 months is impressive, and now he's getting a big test against Wonder Boy on a prelims, a win here. He joins the top 10, knocks Wonder Boy out top 10 for the first time in fucking 10 years. So, but for some reason, welterweight Buckley is just him. So, but we know what Buckley's game plan should be here. Wrestling. Exactly what he did to No Sultan Ruziboyev a good amount, taking him down. Buckley has a good ground game. The one concern of Buckley is his cardio. We know that has been weak at times, but in this fight against Wonder Boy, he should be able to grapple. So, I don't know. This fight's close, but if Buckley's smart, he just wrestles him. But again, we're talking about Joaquin Buckley. As good as he's been lately, he might find a way to trip over his own shoelace and lose. So, you never know with Buckley, but if he's smart, he grapples. If he's a dumbass, he tries to strike and gets embarrassed. Let's see which one he decides. But welterweight Buckley might pick the smart one. We'll see. The betting odds for this fight have Joaquin Buckley minus 190 to plus 160. I'd move that down a little bit to probably minus 1. I'd probably move him down to minus 160. If anything, minus 150, 160. I don't think he'd be almost minus 200. I think more minus 160 makes sense. This makes more. I think this fight's a little closer than people think. I could see Wonder Boy winning. I think Wonder Boy's best chance of winning is Buckley gassing out, because outside of that, Buckley should just wrestle him for 15 minutes. So, I would love to see Wonder Boy win this fight, because who doesn't want to see Wonder Boy win? But I'm gonna go Joaquin Buckley by decision. I think he just wrestles him. But even if he gasses out in round 3, if he just bags the first 2 rounds, he should fucking win. So, give me Joaquin Buckley by decision. It might be a tight fight, but if Buckley can keep his gas tank good for enough time to win at least the first 2 rounds, he should win this fight. So, give me Joaquin Buckley by decision. Wrestle. So, those were the prelims. Not great. The last 2 fights are. The first 5 are not. I like this fight, but these 4 are trash, not great, trash. So, 3 good prelims at most. Not the last 2 are hard carrying because they are very good fights, but I don't know. What 2 bad fighters fighting usually means it's gonna be a good fight. So maybe that's proven true again. But enough about the prelims. Let's get into the main card. That's we're 53.5 minutes in. We've got 5 more fights to break down. So enough talk, and let's get into the main card. We begin in the middleweight division. We're back in the middleweight division with a way better fight than fucking César Almeida. As we begin with a fight that could either be fun or trash between Roman the Caucasian versus Kevin the Trailblazer Holland, Big Mouth, the superhero, whatever you want to call him. Kevin Holland's back, like always. Yeah, this fight could be really good or really bad. Probably really good. So, let's get into it. Not going to waste the most amount of time here, because it's a pretty easy fight to predict, but you never know what could happen. Let's talk about Dolidze first. Dolidze in the UFC is 7-3. His 7 wins are that guy, John Allen, Leonardo Starpoli, Kyle Dawkins, Phil Hawes, Jack Hermanson, and Anthony Smith. His 3 losses are Trevin Giles, Marvin Vettori, and Nasruddin Imavov. Dolidze is not a good fighter. He's able to beat bad fighters like Smith and Hermanson, but and he did have the best performance he's had in a while against Smith, but that's because Anthony Smith is fucking trash. Now going back down to middleweight, high altitude, which cardio has been an issue for him for a while, I don't really think this fight's a really good option for him. Cause outside of, what is Dolidze really good at? His striking is subpar, his grappling is subpar, his cardio is shit. He's really durable. I'll give him that. He's super durable. He'll probably never get finished. Outside of his durability, he's not really good at anything. So, he's... what's the term? He's a jack of all trades, but an expert at none or something. I'm not worried about him in any certain area, but I know he can fight in any area. But he's gonna gas out, so kind of a double-edged sword. So I don't know. Dolidze, nice win against Anthony Smith. Again, career best performance almost, but yeah, he's not very fucking good. And this is back down at middleweight, so he's cutting 20 pounds when he's already cutting 20 pounds. Speaking of weight cuts and moving weight classes, Big Mouth, Kevin Holland's back like he always is for his only third fight of the year. Kind of low number for Holland. No, I'm not gonna go down Kevin Holland's career because we'd be here till next fucking Christmas. But yeah, we know we're getting Kevin Holland. He's a really good striker, good power. He can throw up submissions, but he's not really a grappler. And in this fight, he's probably gonna be defending takedowns more than he's gonna be shooting them. So yeah. Do I really need to say anything about Kevin Holland? If you don't know Kevin Holland by now, you're fucking casual. And even casuals know who Kevin Holland is. So, the most active fighter in UFC history. I think he's had I think I saw him 18, 19 fights since 2020, which is fucking absurd. So, I don't know. We all love Kevin Holland. Good to see him back. And, yeah, good staying at middleweight for his second fight in a row. I guess he didn't feel like cutting 15 pounds. So, good to see. The betting odds first fight have Kevin Holland minus 170 to plus 145. Yeah, I'd probably agree. Minus 170, 80, even 190. Not 200. I don't think 200, but yeah, I like minus 170 to 190. I think that's a fair range. Holland should win this fight. I was worried. I thought about for a second that maybe Dolidze could wrestle him for 15 minutes, but then I remembered we're in Salt Lake, where Dolidze has no fucking cardio as is. Now he's fighting in high altitude. Yeah, this could go fucking bad. I could see Dolidze taking round 1. I could see him shooting a takedown, hugging Holland for about 4 minutes, and that's that. But I think in round 2 and 3, Holland's going to stay at range, bop him up, slip out the takedowns, and win. So, he's not going to finish Dolidze. If he does, then it just proves Kevin Holland is fucking insane. And, should be a pretty clear decision for Holland. At worst a 29-28, but more likely a 30-27. Well, I think 29-28 is more likely. I think Dolidze probably takes round 1, so yeah. Either way, I'm going Kevin Holland by decision. Again, round 1 could be a little dangerous. He probably will get taken down, but after that, he should win pretty easily. So he's just the better fighter on the feet. He's better cardio. He's 10 times better. That's where all you need to be Rome Dolidze. So, give me Kevin Holland by decision. Pretty simple pick. After that, we get to our second fight of the main card. Our first of 2 in the women's bantamweight division. And this one I'm not going to say a lot about, because what the fuck is there to say? As in our second fight of the main card, we have Kayla Harrison versus Ketlen Phenomenal Vieira. Yeah, Kayla Harrison is going to smash Ketlen with fucking ease. Like, do I even need to lie? Minus 800 against Ketlen Vieira. Like, I don't like Kayla Harrison, but let's be honest, just give her the belt already. Who the fuck's gonna... Like, she's not a good fighter, but who the fuck's going to beat her in that division with Nunez gone? Pennington? No. Peña? No. Ketlen? No. Dumont? Probably not. Who the fuck else is there? I don't know. Yeah, like, no one's gonna fucking beat her. Like, she's a fucking Brock Lesnar in a wig is going to run through everyone. She ran through Holly Holm. She's gonna run through Ketlen Vieira. Give me Kayla Harrison by decision. It's going to be boring. It's going to be takedown heavy. And that's about that. Like, the only thing I can say is Ketlen does have the highest takedown defense in the women's bantamweight division's history. I think 93. That's going to drop very much after this fight, so... Give me Kayla Harrison by decision. Not my lock of the night. She's going to fucking smash Ketlen, so... I would, trust me, I hope I'm wrong. I would laugh so hard to see Kayla Harrison lose, because I think she's a joke forever. But yeah, she's going to fucking smash Ketlen and then smash whoever wins the co-main event. So yeah, about all I gotta say about that. Kayla Harrison by decision. After that, we head to our third fight of the main card, our featured bout, and a great fucking fight that I can't believe at one point they tried to put it on the prelims. As in our third fight of the main card, we have a fucking banger in the bantamweight division, as per usual, between the King of Rio, José Aldo Jr. versus Mario Bautista. Amazing fucking fight. 10 out of 10. Well, 9 out of 10 fight. The only reason it's not 10 out of 10 because this fight really makes no sense. Aldo should be fighting someone else. Dominic Cruz, Henry Cejudo, Song Yadong, etc. But, whatever. We can look past that and just enjoy this banger fight. So let's do that. We'll begin this breakdown with the legend, the Hall of Famer, José Aldo. Aldo in UFC is 14-7. No, I'm not gonna go down his whole UFC career. Don't fucking need to. I'll talk about his last fight because he did come back after retirement to fight José Martinez. Looked fucking amazing, like he never left. And now he's fighting a guy another really good young fighter in Mario Bautista. Yeah, Aldo looked like Aldo in his last fight. He didn't look rusty, he didn't look slow, he looked just as crisp as he's ever looked. And that's very terrifying for bantamweight and for Mario Bautista. So, like, if Aldo is still looking like Aldo, good fucking luck, Mario. You're gonna need it, my guy. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. He looked flawless in that Martinez fight, and the only flaw in Aldo's game his whole career is his takedown defense, and Mario can go for takedowns, but it's never been his fucking strong suit. I don't see him fucking turning into goddamn Khabib out of nowhere, so yeah, most likely it's a striking match, and that will forever favor José Aldo. So he still got it. Let's see if he got it. Let's see if he can make it 2 in a row in his return. Talk about his opponent, Mario Bautista. Bautista in the UFC is 8-2. His 8 wins are Jin Soo Sun, whoever the fuck that is, Miles Johns, Jay Perrin, Brian Kelleher, Benito Lopez, Guido Canetti, Damon Blackshear, and Ricky Simone. His 2 losses are Corey Sandhagen and Trevin Giles. Yeah, Bautista is a great fighter on a nice 6-fight winning streak. Getting a big fight here. I'm happy he's getting a big fight. He definitely does deserve it after a 6-fight fucking winning streak and back-to-back really good wins against Damon and Ricky. So good to see him getting a very nice fight, but at the same time, UFC is kind of like, yeah, go fight José Aldo after he just looked amazing against José Martinez. So it's a cool, on paper it sounded cool, but if you really think about it, it's like, damn, man, fuck. I don't know, I like Mario. I think he's a great fighter, and he is from the MMA lab, which just produces amazing bantamweights for some reason, with O'Malley, Marcus McGee, and Kyler Phillips joining the cast. And, yeah, Mario's really fucking good. You don't win 6 in a row off of pure luck, but at the same time, that streak probably comes to an end here. I think Mario's good, but unless he turns into goddamn Khabib Nurmagomedov, I don't think he's going to win this fight, unless he just found a code to beating Jose Aldo that Johnson Martinez didn't have. Good luck. Good fucking luck. I'm intrigued in this fight. I think it's a great fight, but let's give Mario crack the code, because let's give Mario Bautista crack a code very few actually have, and that's the Jose Aldo code. Again, good luck. You better turn to goddamn Marab Bautista in this bitch. The bang-outs for this fight, I think, are batshit insane, with Mario Bautista minus 175 to plus 145. Nah, I'm not really sure what the bang-outs are seeing. Did they not watch Aldo's last fight when he dominated Martinez, who I think's better than Bautista? Like, I like Mario Bautista a lot, and I picked him against Simone as an underdog, but he should not be a favorite here. I think he should be a pick'em. Like, I don't think Aldo should be a favorite. I don't think Bautista should be a favorite. It should be a pick'em, leaning towards Aldo. Like, if Aldo was the favorite, I wouldn't be upset, but it would be like minus 125 at most. So, like, but I don't get these betting odds. Like I brought up in the Hubbard fight, I think there's 2 great dogs on his card, and I think Aldo's the best. Because Jose Aldo, and like I know Tapology is usually out of date, but these are the legit betting odds. Like, they are still the exact same as they are here, minus 175. So, like, I don't fucking advise bet. I never say you should listen to me and bet. But Jose Aldo Austin Hubbard parlay would probably hit pretty nicely. And then if you threw in a fucking, like, I don't know, another underdog who could win, or just like a safe play but not like fucking a big one like Holland or something, that'd probably be a decent parlay on paper. Don't do that and blame me if you lose. Do that at your own fucking risk. That's your risk, not mine. But again, on Aldo Hubbard parlay would be pretty fucking nice. So, because I don't know how they are underdogs, as big of underdogs as they are in LS. So, yeah. This fight's gonna be good. I'm excited for this fight, but should Bautista win this fight? I doubt it. Again, if you're gonna have a striking match with Jose Aldo, you're not gonna win. 99% of the time. Very few have. Conor McGregor, Max Holloway, Volkanovski. Is he as good as those guys? Not fucking Petr Yan. Not really. I think Bautista's really good, but I don't think he's gonna beat Jose Aldo in a striking match. And even if he does start becoming a fucking wrestler, he's not that great. He's not the wrestler to, like, Aldo's lost to a lot of wrestlers. But do I think Bautista's a wrestler to the level of Marab or fucking... Actually, he's really only lost to Marab wrestling-wise, because everyone else beat him striking. So, yeah, do I think he's the wrestler of Marab? No. So, give me Jose Aldo by decision. I think he's going to chew up the legs early, and then do what... It's probably going to be a lot like the Martinez fight. He's just going to be the wiser, better fighter, so... Give me Jose Aldo by decision. I don't think he should be an underdog, and I think the King of Rio is going to end another young guy's what would be the term? I don't want to say hype train, but momentum. There we go. So Jose Aldo by decision. How's he the underdog? Pick him at should be a pick him. Oh, fucking Christ. After that, we had to our co-main event of the evening, maybe the worst fight on the card. As in our co-main event of the evening, I'm not going to waste a lot of time here. We have, for the Women's Bantamweight Championship of the World, Rocky Raquel Pennington versus Julianna, the Venezuelan vixen, Peña. Fuck. I'm not gonna waste time here. I don't give a fuck who wins. I don't think anyone really should, because, as I said earlier, whoever wins this is just getting fed to Kayla Harrison, so good luck. And this fight's going to be fucking terrible. This could easily be Preux Esparza 2.0. And I don't say that as a joke. Pennington's not an exciting fighter. Peña's a fucking stupid fighter, and a shit one at that, who's getting a title shot for no reason after a 2-year layoff. This fight's terrible. I'm not looking forward to this fight in the slightest. So it's going 25 minutes. I would be fucking amazed if there's a finish here, and there is. It would be a Peña submission, which sucks. So give me Raquel Pennington by decision. Do I give a fuck? No. Is this fight gonna be terrible? Yes. Why is this on the card? I don't know. So I should have done. You should have done Pennington against fucking Harrison, and then Harrison could smash Peña next. At least we don't have to watch this garbage. Give me Pennington by decision in a dreadful, dreadful fight. And now for our main event of the evening. The main event of UFC 307 in Salt Lake City, Utah. We have for the undisputed UFC Light Heavyweight Championship of the world, Alex Poatan Pereira versus Magomed. My bad. Khalil the Warhorse Roundtree Jr. What? Yeah. Why? Why is it not Ankalaev? Like, I'm not gonna waste time. Pierre's gonna win this fight easily. Next. Why the fuck is Roundtree here, not Ankalaev, when Ankalaev fights in 4 weeks? Like, I'm just gonna say this now. I'm gonna make the exact same fucking tweet. Pierre's not ducking Ankalaev. The UFC is ducking Ankalaev. The UFC is scared Ankalaev beats Pierre, which is very understandable, because Ankalaev is Pierre's hardest fight. But you don't fucking skip him because of that. That's fucking stupid. Let alone for a guy who's done nothing to earn a title shot. I like Khalil Roundtree. He's a fun fighter, but he should only be that. He's a fun guy you throw on a fucking fight night or a pay-per-view to have a fun knockout. You don't throw him on a fucking main event of a title fight. That's fucking stupid. When he hasn't earned it. Yes, he's won 2 in a row. He didn't lose. He didn't beat Justin Jacoby. He has no fucking chance here. Let's fucking be honest. If Khalil Roundtree wins this fight, it's one of the biggest upsets of all time. That should tell you a lot. Like, yes, he has power. Yes, Pierre's chin has looked to be pretty soft in the past. But Roundtree should not even fucking be here. He has really no chance here. So, again, let alone against Alex Pereira, who's on fire. The best fighter in the world right now. I don't care what anyone says. He's better than Islam. So, I don't know what to say. I really don't fucking know what to say. Pierre should be minus 1,000. How the fuck do you... Like, he's my lock of the night. I don't think I've ever had a serious lock of the night in a title fight. Well, actually, no, probably not since, like, Nunez. And it's fucking pathetic, this booking. Like, I feel bad for Roundtree. Like, he's gonna be put on highlight reels in a fight he shouldn't even been in. So, he's kind of getting screwed over. So, but, I don't know. At least we're gonna get a cool Pierre knockout. But outside of that, what the fuck? So, give me Alex Pereira by knockout in the first, not decision, I know. This fight's a fucking joke. It's that simple. This fight's a joke, and Pierre is going to get a quick knockout. Then what? Are you going to duck Ankalaev again, UFC? Like, Pereira's not gonna fight Drake. He's not gonna fight Aspinall. Those are fucking stupid fights. Is he going to fight Ankalaev? Dana said he is. I fucking don't believe him. So, I don't know. Pereira by knockout in the first, my lock for the night. It should be Ankalaev, I'd say. And at least we end the night with a knockout. Boom. Those are my picks. Go over them one more time. McGee by decision. Ovince Preux by decision. Tecia Pennington by decision. Hubbard by decision. César Almeida by decision. Iasmin Lucindo by decision. Joaquin Buckley by decision. Kevin Holland by decision. Kayla Harrison by decision. José Aldo by decision. Raquel Pennington by decision. And Alex Pereira by lock of the night by knockout in the first. Bang. Yes, I know I picked a lot of decisions. I can explain. High altitude, shitty fighters. Thank you. No, if I'm being honest, like, let's honestly look at this though. Decision, either way, most likely. If OSP wins, it's a decision. If Spann wins, it's a knockout. Decision for sure. Probably a decision. Well, probably a decision. I don't think Austin Hubbard's gonna get a knockout. Maybe César gets a knockout, but decision. Maybe Iasmin gets a submission, but more likely decision. No doubt a decision. No question a decision. Maybe Kayla finishes her, but probably a decision. Definitely a decision. Definitely a decision. So if I was picking finishes, the most finishes I would have would be 4. Hubbard, César, Iasmin, and Kayla. So, and to be honest, I don't think he's getting a finish. He might, she might, and she might. So, at most, 3 more. So, but then you got fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights that are probably going to decision. So, if you really, and again, factor in the high altitude. Most of these fighters have bad cardio, so the few that do have good cardio are not finish machines like Aldo and Holland. So, yeah. So, as dumb as my pick sheet's gonna look with 1 finish and fucking 11 decisions, don't be shocked if there's only like 4 or 5 finishes on the night. Like, I would love to look at the other 2 Salt Lake cards. I don't think there's a lot of finishes, and let alone they didn't pick a lot of finishers for this card. So I get it's stupid and probably not even that. Probably really annoying to see 11 decisions, but I'm being really realistic. So my bad. Maybe I'll pick a finish in there if something happens at the weigh-ins, but outside of that, don't count on it. So yeah, but that's about all I gotta say. Maybe I'll pick. Maybe I'll. Like, most likely, if I did pick a finish, another finish would be this. So we'll see. Outside of that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for the 800 decisions and the 1 finish, but I'm being honest. So, but yeah, enough about that. I hope you enjoyed the video. You'll hear me recap this card Sunday. On Sunday. Hopefully it's a good card I'm recapping and not a garbage card. So, knock on wood. But yeah, I enjoy this card. I think it's a decent card, and I think it's a fun card. Yeah, I think it has 6 good fights, 6 bad fights. Perfect split. Let's see how accurate that is. Enough rambling. Let's get this video over with. Hey, it was an hour and a half like the recap the other day. Improvement. No, okay, I'll stop. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs goal by the end of 2024. And unless I'm going to say something somehow, am I? The video felt really quick, even though it was still an hour and 18 minutes. I guess that says a lot about my videos. As always, RX out. Good vibes only and always.